Welcome to BOUT IT Speak Sessions. My name is Dionne Verwey and I am the moderator. Today we're going to talk about female artists in the music industry. And we have this conversation with Josephine Zwaan and OMG. And let's start with Josephine. Hi Josephine.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a mommy now.
Yes.
I must say that because I think that's one of the greatest things in this world. Do you feel extra feminine power right now?
I think I was expecting to feel really different after having a baby, but I feel more myself, I think. I feel more motivated to do the things that I wanted to do already. And my pregnancy was very heavy. So after like 9 months now, I'm finally feeling fit again. So yeah, I have a lot of energy to do things, to create, and yeah.
You really have a lot of energy because I know, I know how you work, how you operate, what you do every day. Let's talk about you as an artist. What are the topics you discuss in your art?
I have different projects. One is a Dutch singer-songwriter project that I've been doing for a while now under my own name. And that's a very introspective, very introspective lyrics. And I produce it myself. I have a new EP that is coming out. It's not out yet. But I've explored a bit more production. The first album was a bit more like guitar-based, and now it's becoming a bit more than that. And then I have another project that is also not out yet, but that's coming, and it's actually the opposite of the Dutch project, because this is a very dark rap project. And I'm very excited about it. Yes.
Explain more, please.
Well, so it started a couple of years ago. I was at a songwriting camp, and I was in a session with two people that I didn't know. I was a producer in that session, and I just started a vibe, started an idea. And they started writing, and the song needed rap. And I never rapped before, but I decided to try, and it was a lot of fun. And what I did is I actually rapped in 3 characters, so it sounds very schizophrenic, and it's very violent and heavy, but it's also sort of gender neutral. Yeah, it's quite an experiment that I'm really enjoying. And,
so in what way is it gender neutral?
I don't use any gendered words, which is interesting because it's very hip hop in that it's like sort of gangster vibe, but yeah, there are no derogatory terms, and yeah, so also I don't sound like a woman, but I also don't maybe sound like a man. I don't know, but for me, it's a very masculine energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine. I would love to hear that. So when is this coming out?
I hope later this year. Yeah.
So we should be on the lookout then.
Yes.
Okay, great. So you are a musician.
Yeah.
You are a producer.
Yeah.
You are a writer.
Yeah.
You are an entrepreneur. You're a mommy. That's a lot. And still you do it.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
I think I'm very lucky right now. All the things I'm doing, I really enjoy. So I'm just excited to work on all the projects that I'm doing. I think if I didn't, then it would be very difficult. But yeah, I really love what I do, and I want to keep pushing and keep getting better at everything.
Because you're also a student.
Yes.
Come on. So you're doing the master, let me see. It said research master media studies.
Yes.
At the university in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
What's it about?
So media studies, it actually has to do with everything media. So it can be really broad. It can be film, it can be television, it can be digital media. But I focus especially on music-related topics,
Right.
and especially when it comes to identity and technology. So yeah, I sort of look at trends and music videos and stuff in a sort of philosophical way. So I try to understand what it means in the times, and yeah, that's sort of what I do in the studies.
You also research the certain genres we have in the music industry.
Yeah.
When did you become inspired by doing that?
I think first of all because I like to do different genres myself. So when you make something in a certain style or genre, you also study it, especially as a producer. You study the sounds that are in it, the feel that it has, the message that it has. But the time we live in is actually very post-genre. So you see a lot of artists who don't fit in one category. Which doesn't mean that genre doesn't exist anymore or that it has no meaning, but that you can make something that is also a reaction to a certain genre.
Right.
Or it means something to blend two different genres
It
into
also
one.
reflects the time.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also if you look at the way we listen to music now, Spotify, like when you used to buy music in the store, it was very limited. But now we can all hear everything, and especially young artists now, they get inspired by anything that they can find on YouTube or Spotify. So yeah, you're not raised in one subculture or one style, but you can piece everything together. So yeah, that's an interesting development.
Very interesting. You talked about youngsters, and I know that this summer you have like a masterclass session or a school.
Yeah.
It's called Rosetta Beat School, right?
Summer school, yeah.
Summer school.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about Rosetta, the platform,
Yeah.
and of course the summer school?
Yeah. Rosetta is a platform for female producers. And on one side, we want to increase the visibility of female producers. Because, I mean, it's a general known fact that there aren't as many as male producers. It's a very male-dominated industry. So we want to make those that are there, we want to make them more visible. And on the other hand, we also want to help develop young, beginning producers to push them into like a more professional level. Yeah.
And if we're talking about young, how young are they?
So from 18 till 30, that's the phase that we're focusing on now. But we have a lot of plans for the future to also do workshops for teenagers, like who really get to know producing for the first time. And we've also noticed that there are a lot of producers in their 30s who are interested in developing further in Rosetta context. So we really want to keep a broad vision.
Right, and you do this with Eva van Maan, of course.
Yes.
She's your partner in crime.
Yes, she is.
And you also worked with Lionstorm, for
Yeah.
example. You produced the track No Hetero.
Yeah.
I love that track.
It was a lot of fun to make.
Yeah. How did you meet?
How did we meet? I remember that they were just starting their project and they were looking for a producer. And well, somebody told them you should contact her and see if that works. So we met, we had a couple of sessions in my studio to get to know each other. And it was also the goal to like develop a sound for them because it was the first songs they were making. So yeah, we listened to a lot of things that inspired them, and they had this concept for a song, No Hetero. So yeah, we worked on it, and it was super cool to make. Because I also like doing this style, like a bit dirty beats.
Yeah,
is what I like to
dirty
make.
beats by females.
Yeah,
I love it too. So if you look at music as a big art form, of course. In certain spaces, because we are talking about a lot of genres that came from the black culture as hip-hop and so on, jazz. how can it has its stage or her stage in spaces like OSCAM or museums in a way? Do you think it's necessary to put or to place the music as an art form in certain spaces?
Oh, interesting. I think it's interesting to think about what physical shape music can take, because of course live music is one, but yeah, music can be experienced in a lot of different ways. And I've always dreamt of doing performance where you're surrounded, for example, by the audience, that it's not stage on one side and people on the other side. So I think it's a good idea to think about it creatively, and also to honor the history of music and to create a way to, yeah, analyze it also.
To honor the history of music, I like that phrase.
Yeah.
I really think that should be a hang-up to go from, right? I'm just looking at the producer of BOUT IT. Let's go to OMG, because she is here on the Zoom. Hi, OMG, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very good. My French is not that good. The only thing I can say is... So we are on the same page. We have a translator. You can answer in France if you want to. So just do that. How are you? How are you? How is your mental health?
Alors, ça va, je vais très bien. Mentalement, ça va. Physiquement aussi, ça va. Je reprends un tout petit peu la forme. J'ai eu un bébé il n'y a pas longtemps, donc il y a 6 mois. Et là, on reprend la forme petit à petit, donc ça va, ça peut aller.
So we're talking to 2 mommies. That's great. That's more female power. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have a few questions for you also. What would you advise your younger self as an artist?
D'être patiente, de savoir, de se focaliser sur ses objectifs et d'avoir moins de fougue. Parce que quand on est jeune, on a beaucoup de fougue, on y va sans réfléchir, on y va sans trop savoir ce qu'on fait. Mais ce que je vais me dire à peut-être 7 ou 6 ans en arrière, c'est de prendre mon mal en patience, de voir les choses positivement et de garder la volonté.
To be more patient. Yeah, we all need to be more patient, I guess. So yeah, I can recognize that. Do you feel responsible as a female artist to lead by example?
Oui, bien sûr, bien évidemment, parce que déjà ici au Sénégal, on n'a pas beaucoup d'artistes féminines. Donc moi, quand je suis venue il y a 6 ans et à 7 ans, il n'y avait aucune artiste qui était là. Donc la génération d'avant était carrément partie. Et on avait certaines qui étaient mariées, d'autres étaient parties en voyage. Donc et nous, on était là. La nouvelle génération était là et venue. Et on devait tout remettre sur les rails, on devait retravailler, on devait vraiment, on va dire, recommencer pour pouvoir avoir quelque chose en tant qu'artiste féminine. Et aujourd'hui, arriver à ce stade-là, je pense on a une grande responsabilité parce que maintenant, c'est à nous de maintenir le cap et d'aider les jeunes filles qui sont derrière nous à également bien adhérer, à bien travailler et à leur montrer un peu le chemin pour pouvoir avoir une certaine visibilité parce que le hip-hop, comme on sait, c'est très machiste, c'est très compliqué, surtout ici pour les filles. Donc, il y a le poids de la société, il y a également le poids de la culture urbaine elle-même et c'est pas évident. Donc, on est là en tant que grande sœur et on va dire en tant que responsable pour pouvoir diriger les jeunes filles et leur montrer un peu le chemin.
How would you describe yourself as an artist?
Alors déjà, j'ai parlé de mon style. Je suis une artiste qui fait du rap et qui fait de la pop également, mais en ce moment, avec, je vais dire peut-être la maturité, les années que j'ai fait dans la musique, je fais des trucs un peu plus ouverts parce que j'ai un public bien évidemment un peu plus ouvert. Donc, je suis dans l'afrobeat, dans le jollof beat qui a une identité sénégalaise un peu, donc je suis beaucoup plus dans ça en ce moment et pour moi c'est important de montrer là d'où on vient et de mettre en avant ses valeurs, les valeurs de son pays, les couleurs de son pays. Donc, ce que je fais dans ma musique en ce moment, c'est beaucoup plus ça. Donc, on va dire qu'en tant qu'artiste, je me décris comme une personne qui vend son pays, qui vend ses couleurs et ses valeurs, les valeurs de son pays. Voilà.
Right.
Oui, et également, je me sens très engagée en tant qu'artiste. Aujourd'hui, je ne me limite pas seulement à faire de la musique, de la bonne musique, mais ça va au-delà de cela, parce que dans les chansons, il y a beaucoup de combats qu'on est en train de mener concernant les filles et les enfants, mais beaucoup plus les femmes. Et on est ambassadrice de beaucoup de causes aujourd'hui au Sénégal. Et pour moi, c'est important parce qu'il faut toujours dans la musique essayer de combiner l'utile à l'agréable. Et c'est ce qu'on est en train de faire.
Super. And I also noticed that you, as well as Josephine, you play a lot with genres, like Afrobeats I heard, or she was talking about Jollof beats. How is it to feel the freedom to take all of those influences and put it in your own identity as a music maker? How important is that? I'm going to ask the question first on Josephine.
I think for me, it is a way that I explore my own identity, actually. Because every genre asks something different from you. And yeah, as a person, you can have a lot of different aspects. And as an artist, it can feel very limiting to just have to stick to like one brand, one genre, one style. And for some artists, that might work perfectly. But for me, I think that's one of my strengths, that I can adapt to those different worlds and pull out that part in myself, and in that way be very multidimensional.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the movement she made, like pull out the strength. You saw that? Yeah, because she really pulled it out. So, what does this freedom give you?
Alors, là, j'ai parlé de ce manque de liberté déjà ici au Sénégal, qu'il y avait bien avant, hein, parce que maintenant, ça a tendance à changer. Ça a limité les artistes, donc ça les enfermait dans des cages. C'était impossible d'en sortir. Quand on en sort, on est mal vu, ou les gens ne comprennent plus un peu trop notre musique, donc on est délaissé en tant qu'artiste. Mais aujourd'hui, je crois que le fait de s'ouvrir, le fait de prendre beaucoup plus de liberté dans notre musique permet aux gens de nous voir autrement, et nous permet également de comment est-ce que je pourrais le dire, de développer ce talent en nous. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, quand on est juste rappeuse ou quand on est juste chanteuse, on peut bien faire son style, mais quand on essaye d'autres styles musicaux, donc aujourd'hui, on est en train de développer son talent, on est en train d'explorer son talent, on va dire, et c'est important. Il ne faut pas juste se limiter à faire quelque chose. Donc, quand on explore d'autres musiques, on essaye d'aller au-delà de ce qu'on peut faire. Et pour moi, c'est très important pour un artiste. La créativité, elle est là, l'inspiration, elle est là. Et l'inspiration, quand elle t'amène dans un genre musical, je pense qu'il ne faudrait pas le refuser, qu'il faudrait bien l'accepter, le vivre. Et voilà, ce qui est important, c'est de vraiment sentir ce qu'on est en train de faire.
Staying true to yourself and have no fear. I totally believe you. I have one last question, because OSCAM is always trying to cross borders with disciplines, but also international artists who had to meet. And now Josephine is here in the Netherlands, and OMG, you're there in Senegal. How important is it for you to have this dialogue as female artists in the music industry? And how can we continue having this dialogue?
I think why it's important is because, well, speaking from the Netherlands, it can be quite a small scene, and some things are too weird for the market here or whatever. And I think it's very good to have a connection to a different place in the world where other things are possible, and it just broadens the idea of what is possible to make or to be inspired by. Yeah,
what is possible to make. And for you, how important is this connection, this international connection?
Alors, donc déjà, je vais dire que c'est important de collaborer avec d'autres artistes. Aujourd'hui, ça ouvre beaucoup plus de portes. Ça nous permet d'avoir un public beaucoup plus large, mais également, ça nous permet de découvrir la culture de l'autre, de connaître l'autre et de se savoir que le monde ne se limite pas seulement à là où je vis, ou à mon continent. Donc aujourd'hui, si par exemple je faisais une collaboration avec cet artiste, je connaîtrais la culture néerlandaise, elle connaîtra la culture sénégalaise, et ce sera beaucoup plus que de la musique aujourd'hui. Ce sera très culturel, ce sera un échange, on va dire une collaboration entre deux pays. Donc ce n'est plus une collaboration entre deux artistes, mais entre deux pays. Et je pense que ça solidifie les liens. Non seulement ça solidifie les liens, mais également ça permet d'avoir moins peur de l'autre, parce que en ce moment, on est dans un contexte où, avec la maladie, on a peur de l'autre, on a peur d'aller vers l'autre. Et aujourd'hui, une collaboration avec d'autres artistes permettra de connaître plus l'autre, d'avoir moins peur de l'autre et de venir vers l'autre.
It can be totally beautiful. Thank you for your answer. Thank you for your music, your power, your strength, your tips, your advice. You also, Josephine, you're hardworking in this very manly world. But you're here and you're maintaining, and I would like to thank you, Power Ladies, for that, because you are truly inspiring for a lot of people. So yeah, and I hope we can continue to celebrate females in this industry, because I think that is very important, and we need each other and we need to connect all over the world just for the empowerment. So thank you for watching BOUT IT Speak Session. My name is Dionne Verwey, and see you next time.